Okay. I love doing that at the beginning of every talk track. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you all for being here with us tonight on this lovely Sunday evening for yet another episode of the talk track. In the Morris first pan over there, I just want people to see that there is a banner. If your face is not on a banner, don't talk to me. Don't chat to me because it's my own form of pride. Oh, yeah. The Talk Track is an independent production of the Kara Junkies. It's produced, edited, sound mixed, and shot by Morris, a.k.a. Moro, a.k.a. Oyechigege, a.k.a. of the Kara Bike, a.k.a.
Chief, slow down.
a.k.a. Achanywa Captain Boga.
Down.
And I'm your host for the evening. My name is Roy, a.k.a. Kamada, a.k.a. The Alchemist, a.k.a. Nofachi Neviensi, a.k.a. Ochawa Giramanyu. I'd like to start this Yapcast with a brief disclaimer. The Premier League season is done, so us Manchester United fans can officially rest.
He says casually.
We can relax here. He says casually. Congratulations to Tottenham for that win, and a big congratulations to Liverpool for that win.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So anyway, it's been quite a crazy week, I think, in terms of what we've been seeing on the news, and we really don't like to go political over here. But there is something that really stood out. I don't know if you guys saw. I think it was the New Vision or the Daily Monitor, and a couple of sessions on X. This whole prom thing has become a big thing. Eh? The whole issue surrounding prom as it is now and the extravagance of prom and the kids, all brought about by one school, Elite High School. I think it's called Elite High School, or Elites, where kids were going to prom in helicopters and hiring fancy cars and all that. Someone told me that their annual salary went into someone's prom.
It's madness.
So, do you think these kids should be given that much leeway? Are they just expressing themselves, or do you think there should be like bottlenecks and lines we do not cross when it comes to things like that? Because remember, this is kids having fun. This is a rite of passage. My social wasn't like that. I can tell you for a fact. The girls were picked up in a school bus.
Hello.
I went to college. I went to college. But anyway, so if you read on top of just prom, I think the government from the newspapers, I think that was still the New Vision. You could tell that there's also been some bottlenecks that they have put, like school tours. I think primary and secondary kids cannot now go for international tours. There is somewhere I saw that no food is allowed on visitation. Now that, my friend. The whole point I am going to visit my brother in high school is to eat his food. Yeah. So I mean I can get on board with everything else, because one of the restrictions was, no helicopters or like fancy cars for things like prom, and students are supposed to be put in an environment where one does not feel less than, or one is not put in a position where they feel better than someone else. The thing that didn't sit well with me though, that food on visitation, man. We need that food. So yeah, I think you can catch it. The New Vision. I don't quite remember the date, the day of the news, but when I do, I'll give it to you guys. And Uncle Mo also made a whole video about it. So I think it's a big thing, but that's again signs of changing times. Every generation comes with their own new nuances. They come with their trends. They come with their, trivial issues. We might call them champagne problems now, but the kids out there actually actively thinking, am I actually going to be able to convince my dad to get me a Range Rover for the 25th of May, because that's when my prom is. Disclaimer, your father is not getting you that Range Rover, just so you know. Just so you know. Yeah, but it's been a big thing now, and a lot of parents have come out and spoken about it. Some in favor of, some against, and we can get into it a little bit later, maybe towards the end of the podcast. Just your opinions your opinions on that particular topic, right? Yeah. That being said, thank you all for being here with us tonight. Yeah, thank you for starting the week with us. We're at Plot 8B Gabula Road, the Barrow House, which is also the home of the Kara Junkies, unofficial home of the Kara Junkies, by the way. Unofficial home of the Kara Junkies. Shout out to Mama Barrow right at the back there. Rowena, thank you for being here with us. Also, just a disclaimer, the opinions presented by you all are not in any way or do not represent the values or the opinions or they're looking at my bar. Yes, the opinions presented on the talk track are not representative of the Barrow House or the Kara Junkies or any entities affiliated with the talk track. These are opinions presented by the participants based on their own perspectives and experiences. And you know, if this should not actually be regarded as professional advice, right? Yeah. The participants and you're the participants and you're the audience. I can't call you an audience because you're all going to speak. You're participants. You're active participants. I'm not just talking to one person. I'm talking to, well, the number feels like 723 right now, but it's okay. We also don't own any of the 723 people. It's blunt. We also do not own any of the rights to the music you're going to be hearing playing in the background. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's all independent, yeah? Anyway, speaking of prom and putting trust in people and all those things, today's topic is interesting, to say the least. I'd like to... I was thinking about it today, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, and we can make a research. But I've been thinking about songs about love and the extremity of it all, right? It's a beautiful thing, but people are singing drunk in love, crazy in love, truly, madly, deeply. No one has ever, has anyone ever written a song called Happily in Love? Like, Happily in Love? Yeah? I need to look it up because all the songs of it, people are either mad, they're drunk. It's crazy. So I happened upon a few excerpts from X/Twitter and Reddit, right? So the topic really today is, does love make us crazy? And before we get into that, let me just read you a few examples of some scenarios that I got. Just something really, really interesting. Let's see. Scenario number 1, does love make us crazy? Or the question was actually, what is the craziest thing you've done for love? Scenario number 1, someone orchestrated a robbery on Valentine's Day and then gave all the money that they had stolen to their girlfriend. Yeah, what's the craziest thing you've done for love? This is the United States. Yeah, they orchestrated a robbery, and when they got the money, they gave all the money to their girlfriend. Now, there is this one, which is a bit more extreme, but I don't even know how to explain it.
First, reverse.
Yeah, huh?
They stole everything
No.
and gave to the girlfriend.
Yes.
And then what happened to the guy?
The guy?
He got...
No, he was dumped after 2 months.
Some bullshit, right?
Well, there is another one here. Listen to this one. This woman, now I don't know if this one was in love or this one was just mad, but this user slept with a lecturer so that lecturer could fail a classmate of hers who had slept with her boyfriend. Is that one crazy? Is that one crazy love? Yeah, so this user slept with their lecturer to fail a classmate who had slept with the user's boyfriend. Is that one crazy love or because it's what's the craziest thing you've done for love? That's how I say that's psycho.
Where do you get this shit?
This is all on Twitter, man. This is all on Twitter. Then
This experience.
it's actually all here. I'm getting it from yeah.
Now, okay, go back again, and this time be very slow and precise.
Okay. So user, I'm going to call them user X. User X, a female, right? Yes, slept with her lecturer because she wanted the lecturer to fail a classmate of hers, also a female. who had slept with user X's boyfriend.
She couldn't just buy him junkers. Like, seriously?
Wait. So there is another.
Yeah, huh?
The prompt again was, "What's the craziest thing you've done for love?" And a user just put stole. Just that one word, stole.
Najib.
Oh, there's another one here. This is quite interesting. User X found out that their boyfriend was cheating and went on a 7-day dry fast, praying for God to change the boyfriend. Now, disclaimer: he cheated again.
You know, I want to laugh. I can't.
No, because
find it in-
people have done crazy things for
Like, are
love.
you
I mean,
serious?
yeah.
LOA.
She went on a 7-day dry fast. Dry fast, people. Dry
And
fast.
then the guy can
For
never die.
praying for God to change the person. And then he still cheated. He cheated again.
Symbiosis. They call it what? Yeah, I see.
This one said, I slept in the same room with her when she had COVID-19.
Oyo tumuleke oyo.
Still, what's the craziest thing you've done for love? I slept in the same room with her when she had COVID-19. I sold my father's land to buy her an iPhone. You guys didn't hear that one. Someone sold their parents' land to acquire an iPhone for their girl.
For real?
Yep. What's the craziest thing you've done for love? Yeah.
What's the crazy?
Are they in ginger?
No, this is all on Twitter. I don't even know where this person is, but I feel like
Kumugema, kumutimpuli. No, ridiculous.
so. Really, from what we've seen, clearly, we are willing to cross certain lines that we wouldn't normally do when we're in love, right? At least from what we've seen from these few excerpts that we've read, we have seen that people are willing to cross certain lines, almost actually having out of body experiences, like you're acting in a way that you wouldn't act normally, like you're not rational. And because why are you selling your father's land to buy someone an iPhone? No, you're not investing in her education. No, you're buying her an iPhone. You sold your father's land to buy. So that is a chicken brain. But you see, ordinarily now, in my experience, you do not have a chicken brain every day, right? I think they often say love is a drug, and but they often say that love is a drug, and the same parts of our brain that are activated by drugs like cocaine is the same part of the brain that is activated by love. So in its own way, love is a drug. Now, the guiding question for the day is, and I'd like to hear from you and your perspectives and your opinions, does love make us crazy? Does love make us crazy? And for today, we're focusing on romantic love, although I've also seen some platonic love where people just go mad. But does love, in your opinion, make us crazy? Does love make us crazy?
Does love make us crazy?
Like, is it on?
Yeah, it's on. It's on.
Does love make us crazy? Love is crazy on its own.
Uh-huh.
But I'll tell you this: it's whether you choose to believe. Hello. Whether you choose to believe whether or not whether you choose to believe or not that the love that you have is going to either one, impact your community, two, develop you as an individual, or number three, or are you just that one type person who just wants to be praised and before you go down that road, chunga, before you go down that road, and I'll say this, the biggest problem here that we have here for everybody who believes they want to help, my biggest problem is like, why do you have to call everybody in Ginger to tell them that I helped a person to pay 20,000 shillings for school fees. That's what I have a problem with. So if everybody wants to believe and give as they want to give, we, this conversation right here shouldn't even be happening. But
Really?
otherwise,
Otherwise,
yes,
does love make us crazy?
love will not make you crazy only and when you choose to believe the truth in that person you think you love.
Really?
Yeah.
John, John Mary has something to say right
Okay,
behind
okay.
you. Yeah. Can we hand him the mic, please? Can we hand him the mic? Yeah.
Roy, if your question is that direct,
Yeah.
and it needs a direct answer,
It may you can give a more nuanced answer. Yeah.
I'm saying if your question is direct and it needs a direct answer, love will make you crazy when it involves passion,
Okay.
because
Walk us down that road.
the very definition of the word passion is uncontrollable emotion.
Okay.
Yes. So definitely love will make you crazy if it involves passion. If it doesn't, there's no reason as to why, because love is a good feeling, it's a good emotion.
Someone wrote.
There's no reason as to why it should.
Someone wrote somewhere one time that the only way you can know if your love was worth it was if it drove you wild. But does it necessarily have to? Are there scenarios where we can be in control of ourselves while we're in love with people? Because, like you said, it's passion, right? And usually, when you're passionate about something, you're going to go above and beyond to be able to attain or achieve that something. But does there get to a point in time where you're like, you know what, I need to take a step back, I need to be rational? Or is that slightly more difficult to master and to, contain yourself when you're heavily embroiled in this thing called love?
The easiest way to understand love, whether it's romantic or not, is to start from where love starts.
Okay.
Home, mommy. Does the love for mommy make you crazy?
It does, actually.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Doesn't. But if it involves passion, that's when we get to your question. If it involves passion.
I see Ken wants to disagree.
Okay. Love. You keep saying love.
Yeah.
All of you are hollering about love. So, what exactly are you hollering about love? Is it me that I come and hang out with her and I have a good time? Is it me that, I like hanging out in her bala? I love the fact that I want to be here. When you say love, what exactly are you talking about?
Let's focus on
wait. And then secondly, he says, what was that? It's passion. FYI, love has nothing to do with passion.
All right. Let's
Love has nothing to do with passion.
Okay, why say that, Ken?
And I'll give you two ways.
Okay.
If I, for example, this is my friend, she's called Percy.
Hi.
Yeah. I have to tell her 2 times that I love her before she can even understand that I love her, right?
Pastor, why does he have to say it twice? Anyway, let's move on.
But there is never going to be anything like passion between me and her. What? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And, okay,
no. You guys, unfortunately, no, I'm being real. Like, okay. If I tell her that I love her, I have to tell her twice. If I want to pay you money, I'm going to tell you, Mitwale Satu, you don't even have to think about it twice. 2 things happen here. Me wanting her passionately and emotionally.
Ken, I think Harriet here wants to say something.
Yeah. But I'm getting there. Okay, let me just summarize this. You cannot say there is no love. Or without passion.
No, he actually said that love will always exist with passion, depending on the scenario in which it is portrayed. So he actually he gave a very good example. He says, how you feel for your mother, the amount of passion you have for your mother may not necessarily be the same amount of passion you have for your girlfriend, right? In both instances, you love this person and you're willing to go above and beyond for this person, right?
Just wanted to. The reason as to why I went there
Uh-huh.
is because when you set the tone for the discussion,
Yeah.
I went to look at the first definitions.
Yeah.
I first went to, just that I've taken my phone to charge.
You are defining from first principles.
Yes, I first tried to define the dictionary definition of love
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
If I could recall some highlights, it was an attraction to someone, a feeling of attraction, strong attraction to someone. That was the first definition. Of course, there are many others.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started from there.
Okay.
That's where I started from. Then I also had to define passion, uncontrollable emotion.
We'll get. We shall get to that.
That
to
discussion
section
will
of the
go there.
conversation. Yeah. Yeah. Harriet. Okay. Harriet had something to say.
Yeah, the whole time I've been,
Uh-huh.
but it's also good because I've listened to everyone.
Uh-huh.
See, we are seemingly focusing on one description. It's like saying, yes, it's like saying your shirt is pink. We've left it like that.
Okay.
You know, but
is my shirt
it
not
can
pink?
be a certain kind of, it can be a t-shirt. So passion or love, for me, I think work the same way. Even for your parents, there is passion. You get?
Yeah.
Even for your business, there is passion. Even for your parents, there is love. For your
Yeah.
boyfriend, there is love. For your business, there is love. So passion, in a sense, is not, I don't want us to describe it in one,
Yeah.
because if you're not passionate, it's very hard that you will love something.
Or-
And quite often, if you don't love something, you won't be passionate about it.
All right. So let
Yes.
me stop you right there. First, stay with the mic. You've actually backed up John Mary on this one, and I saw him clapping his hands. I was like, yeah, she gets me. Without passion, you can't. You said without passion, you can't really love something,
Yeah, and
right?
without love.
And without love, you can't be passionate about something. How far are we willing to go as people? Because you've broken it down. There's love for your boyfriend. There's love for your family. There's love for your business. With each of them, I assume when you were talking about the love, you're also talking about the passion that is attached to that love. How far are people? In most cases, like I've given you some examples here, and I actually didn't read a very funny one. Someone took a boda from Nigeria to Ginger, and they fell sick for 2 weeks. And you know why they did that? Because their girlfriend said that they were going to end things. So how far are we as human beings willing to go in the pursuit of either this passion or this love, either in the pursuit or in the protection of that love?
Yes, there's what they call unhealthy. Unhealthy.
Uh-huh.
Let's be honest.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to call that passion that the guy came from Nigeria. It's just cuckoos, man. Because, yeah, but it's an extreme, you get, eh? It is like we've had people where people have said, oh, your man, and again, and all the attention is on everyone else except their parent. You're going to
Yeah.
Then there are people, whatever they do, yes, they rather go hungry and make sure their mom or dad is covered.
Yeah.
Or your boyfriend. So some of these things also. And then there are people who neglect themselves for the next person. So as we talk about passion and love and crazy, it is true. But the worst kind of crazy is especially the kind of crazy of a stranger. By stranger, I mean it's not your family. It's not your child. I'm talking about, I meet Roy, I'm like, yo, this guy. I forget about everything else. You get what I'm trying to say?
You become
that
briefly
is why we
infatuated with
say
me.
crazy love. And that's why most of us leaned into more of the
Romantic aspect, yeah.
Because that's where most people tend to. Because I may think I know someone, but because we meet maybe as strangers or as friends, even as friends, sometimes you don't know someone so well.
Yeah.
So there are things and points where the person is still a stranger to you. So we go overboard to try and either prove to ourselves or prove to that person that I want this. But while we are still maneuvering the person, that is what scares us the most. So we end up doing things out of fear because you're not sure if I sell the land and buy the iPhone, she will stay. But you're taking the risk, even just like in business when you're passionate, you're like, tuchukole tulave.
Uh-huh.
You get it?
Yeah.
You're almost betting on the fact that if they see what I have done for them to have this,
Yeah.
maybe they will. And half the time it's that's just crazy.
All right, that brings me to my next question, and I think Percy can answer this because she now has the microphone. We've talked about, yes, it's sometimes people will go to the extreme in either the pursuit of or the protection of this love that they so feel or that they have. But you've broken it down. There is healthy and the unhealthy aspects of it. Percy, is there room for logic when it comes to a situation where you're so embroiled with passion? It could be for your partner, it could be for your family, it could be for your business, like she mentioned. Is there room for logic, or that becomes something difficult to put into perspective when you put your passion first?
I'm sorry, I won't even answer that because I want us to answer the meaning of love. We've not been talking about love. We've been talking about lust.
Wait a minute. No, okay. No, I get where she's coming
We've been
from.
talking about lust.
No, I get where she's coming from.
We've been talking about lust. I wanted to ask you if you're really explaining about love or lust, because I mean you are literally explaining about lust.
Unwanted.
Unwanted desire. Unwanted desire, the desire that you're literally not, it was lust. That was lust.
Percy,
Honey, that was lust.
Let's, because I think John Mary wants to hit the nail on the head right there. Uh-huh. So we're talking about lust. Okay. I don't really think, because if we were heavily focused on the aspect of lust, then I would have driven the conversation
She explained lust.
No, I would have
I
driven
want
the
to correct
conversation.
her about lust and love.
No, she didn't actually explain about lust. She
It's
broke
a
down.
desire you're unexplainable about.
She broke down love in the sense of, one, in actually two aspects. One, in a sense of it being healthy or unhealthy, and two, in the sense of it being more than just romantic. She talked about romantic love, but she also talked about familial love. She talked about...
She didn't talk about familiar love.
Business love.
Passion.
Okay? Yeah,
That
and
is lust.
And she said
Passion,
that with each of
desire,
those...
past. She talked about that.
Now, something about passion. My name is Jerry. Something about passion. It comes from where you're thinking from, right? If you look at me tall, you're like, oh, I want to fuck this guy, right? Yeah. But then, listen to me. But then, love, biblically, I'm from the Christian background, right? Biblically, yeah? It's patience. You get the more you take, right? This love thing is overrated.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let me first stop
Right?
you right there.
It's overrated. It didn't even come because of passion.
Jerry.
Now, love is it's you being who you are and falling in place.
All right.
Of where you want to be.
Okay, that is very, very good. That is very good. That is from the biblical point of view, right? Wait. I like this. No, Jerry. Jerry, first hold on to the microphone, because now I want to ask you.
I want to respond first of all. Eh?
Okay. Okay, let's give her an
I want
opportunity
to
to speak. Let's give her an opportunity to speak. Right?
I want to respond. You see, we all understand these things differently. Yes? For someone, because for me, lust is typical, I see you, I want to bang. And that's not what I described.
She wants to
Now,
eat.
yes, my understanding of love can be, yes. That is, for me, lust is seeing a guy and just want to bang.
Let's have one person speak at a time.
Love, and that's why I say it. And I think most of us also misunderstand the term passion. Passion is not about sex. It is, yes, the desire to make your business work, the desire for your children to succeed, the desire for your family to do better, the desire for your mom to be healthy, the desire for your husband to get that promotion, for yourself to grow. Passion. That is why they say you need to work with passion. You need to approach. It is, for example, how we misinterpret it. It is how we misinterpret, for example, when people say going on a date and dating.
Uh-huh. That's two different things.
Some people, to go on a date, they confuse it that you're dating someone.
You're boiling.
Or that you're in a relationship with someone.
I'm coming
you
to
understand?
you, Jen.
So what we're talking about here, I think most of us attach these terms to sex. And that's where the misunderstanding comes in.
John Mary wants to add on to that.
I think she's setting the tone so well for tonight.
Okay.
But I just want you, Roy, as the moderator, to do just one thing.
Uh-huh.
You have your phone with you.
Yeah.
Let's just get dictionary meanings of the words love, lust, passion, infatuation. Just those terms.
All right.
Let's get those, and then, because I think she's doing a very good job trying to explain these terms.
Before I do that, guys, before I do that, remember, we are not having... Ladies and gentlemen.
English language is limited.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, we're not having an argument, right? This is an open discussion. It's not about who's wrong and who's right. This is about our perspectives in terms of this particular topic, right? Jerry, I have a very important question for you, and I'm going to come back and ask you that question. But in the meantime, Kia, you have something to say? You're holding the mic. You have no choice.
Yeah, I'm holding the mic, but I think I'm even now confused. But, but I also want to add on what she has said. I think we are confusing. When we look at love making us crazy, we easily run to it being romantic and think about sex first. But that's what's bringing the confusion. But to me, regarding today's topic, do I think love makes people crazy? Yes. Do I think we tend to not think logically when we are in love? Yes. Because there's a statement where we, like all the examples Roy has given us today, it's easy for us to say, oh, that guy was mad for jumping on a border from Bukoto to Kajinja just to see a girl. Yeah, it's... So does it make us crazy? Yes. To some extent. But in my opinion, I think when we look at love is something that should be freely given. Yes, first listen to me and then you'll talk after. Yeah, that when you have to earn the love, that's where people go into extremes. Like, I have to do this to earn that love. I have to sell my father's land. Pardon?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, it's when we are supposed to earn that love, that's when we do the extremities. But there's something is said, like when love is supposed to allow you to be yourself, to feel you belong in a particular place. Yes, right. Yes. I do agree with you.
Yes, Kia. Yeah. On that note, like, let me actually get the microphone back to Jerry, because Jerry, you much like Harriet over here.
Can I say something? You guys, love is supposed to be mutual.
It can't be mutual and still drive you wild.
It has to be mutual.
It can't be mutual and still drive you wild, doesn't it?
Mutual, you guys have to understand each other. You guys have to have something in common. You guys have... That is love. You guys were explaining passion, lust.
Let me tell you something. You will love someone, and they will not love you back.
All right. Ken, let me talk to Jerry first. Let me talk to... let me talk to Jerry first. So Jerry,
Talk to me.
Jerry, you broke it down in the sense, and I think you created that distinction between the aspect of lust that we were talking about, or that you assumed everyone else was talking about, and then you brought in the aspect of, again, from you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the biblical sense of love, where you're allowed to be yourself, where you're accepted, you're given room to grow, right? That was your biblical definition of love. Is there an instance where, in that perspective, and I'm not talking about the last, I'm talking about your description of love, are there situations where, with your definition of love, are there situations where sometimes people can go overboard, it's still, to either protect or attain that love, regardless?
Initially, we are born innate, right? Free-hearted. Then, as we grow, these things start piling up in our hearts, right? I will give them direction to where we want to go. Yeah? You're like, okay, when they give you, what's your type of man that you want, right? You'll give it a definition, right? So it's in you. So it's innate. But this is it. This is what I believe in love, right? It is something that is freely in your mind. You feed it, it will grow. What direction do you want to take? Yeah? What direction do you want to take? So, basically, some of us have taken wrong roads and have led us to where we love. Yeah?
Okay. All right.
And at the end of the day, it's a game in your mind. Period.
All right. John Mary has something to say to that, I think.
It's not passion. It's not
I like that my good friend over there has taken it to the biblical, Jerry has taken it to the biblical direction. What is the passion for Christ? The fact that okay. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry. It's okay.
Ladies.
The word passion has brought. Sorry. The word passion has brought problems. Let me desist from it. Okay. You took it the biblical way. Jesus died for people because he loved them. No, he was saying, they are saying he died for the Christians because he loved them.
Jerry,
yes, but
Jerry,
he died.
Jerry.
That is something he did out of love. Like in our wait. No, I've even jumped
Jerry.
away from passion. I've
Jerry,
left the word.
Jerry.
I've left the word. I'm just saying it would be the equivalent of jumping on a border in our conversation now. It would be Jesus dying for people would be the equivalent. would be the equivalent.
All right. Ladies, and Ken Passy Jerry. Remember, I said we're not having an argument. We're having an open discussion, right? So
Okay,
let's wait until the mic gets to us when we can, so that we can give our opinions. Yeah.
I wanted to say something. Yeah?
Okay.
So personally, when he asks me that question, I'll be like, okay, because he's asking me or asking us. So did Jesus die for love or not? Is it because even freely? That's what I'm telling you. You can freely love, you can freely not love. It's just the fact that if we are going to separate love and freedom, then those are two different things. Because it is like telling someone you are free to love or not to love. Freedom is a whole other discussion. But what I want to ask, so are you saying that love is non-existent? We make it up.
Because you are free from your sin.
Jerry wants to take that one.
Listen. It's not a free thing, right? It's all in your mind.
So does it exist or it's just we make it up?
It's all in your mind. At the end of the day, let me tell you something, right? At the end of the day, the choices are yours. Yeah? There are no ways, yeah, that you'll marry someone and then your relatives come to rescue you. It's about you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about you. So, no, listen. No,
John
no,
Mary? John Mary?
No. This is what I'm trying to say.
uh, uh,
Okay, let's
Jerry.
let's go biblical right now, right?
Jerry has the mic, so let's let Jerry talk.
Freely, yeah. The Bible says he freely gave. Why? That even me, when I look at myself, I don't deserve it. I don't deserve the grace. Yeah, I don't, because I'm a bad guy.
Bad man.
You get? So even before he knew me, right? Now, that is undeserving. Yeah?
Yes, Jerry.
I
Jerry.
dropped the mic.
Jerry, you're giving John Mary. John Mary.
I love the fact that Brother Jerry wants to have the discussion the biblical way, and then he ends in the middle. Even that very verse says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son. He loved.
Jerry.
He loved.
Jerry, the microphone.
You're forgetting the verses. He loved and then gave. That's the point.
All right. Before it goes to Jerry, Kia had something to say. I saw you also wanted the mic.
Okay. I think now we're going to stay here forever. And we are going to go off track when it comes to these things. What I'm getting from what everyone has said is love. Love does exist. But it comes to us to choose how to love and how to be loved, right? That's what I'm understanding.
And in our choices, do we have scenarios where we are still going to go overboard?
Of course.
So simply put, what Kia has explained is, regardless of whether we have the choices or not, sometimes love is going to make us crazy.
You know, half the time, eh?
Uh-huh.
You don't wake up.
Don't push the agenda.
I am not pushing the agenda. I am not pushing the
He has to
agenda.
guide us.
I am not pushing the agenda.
Guys, I think as a host, he's trying to guide us. Yeah? I think that's where we are at. Yeah? So I wanted to say this, yes? I wanted to say this. At the end of the day, yes? For example, as a child, you're going to love. Yes? You were not taught to love your mother. You are not taught to love your father or your brothers or your siblings or what. Now, what we are trying to say is it's in the mind. No. We are human beings. We are made in a way, we have souls. We have a way we connect with one another. That is why, if you take it away, I started with an example of family so that we don't say it is something else. That is why, Roy, you will not wake up and say, today I'm going to love so and so. You just don't wake up and decide in your mind, today I'm loving her.
Okay, hold on. Ken and Jerry. Ken.
That's fine. Please. It's
Jerry,
different.
Jerry,
It's
Jerry.
different. You must have grown up and found reasons. No. You grow and find reasons to why you stop liking people the way you liked them. Even friendships, even husbands and wives, even mothers and fathers. If I wake up and I have a problem with my mother or my wife, something must have happened. You get? Even friendships end because something must have. Yeah. It doesn't take away from the fact that you actually loved your friend or you cared for them.
All right.
Yes, so I wanted to finish. The problem is I keep being interrupted. I wanted to say that at the end of the day, in every form of nature, that is why you see even animals. So let's not take this away. Since we are talking about God's love and creation, all of these things exist.
I wonder how we got there.
Yes. Today when it started raining, Lupe walked into the house straight to me and slept and didn't want to move. She did not want to move. It wasn't even about the rain until I got up to go outside. She went. This is an animal. It has not been told in its mind, learn to love Rowena. No, it is free choice to love. Yes.
That's a dog, actually. Lupe is a dog.
No, but these are very intelligent beings that were made by God. But why I'm giving that example is to show, if we woke up and I decided, now I've decided today I am going to love this one. Sometimes, by the way, you loving and not receiving, whether it's from your parent, whether it's from your husband, from your sister, doesn't mean that your love is no longer love. You understand? And that is why as human beings, we get to exist because of this love. Every form, love comes with things like kindness, understanding. You get what I'm trying to say? Without love, Roy, a lot of things, will go wrong. However, going back to your conversation of crazy or doing things in extreme, usually is for us to hold on to that or to get that or to protect that. The fear of losing, the need to have it. That is why we go in extremes.
All right. So, in the interest of time, we have about a minute and a half left. Jerry has been very passionate from this side of the room, and I would like him. I would like him to close us out. Yeah,
Literally,
after Percy.
manager
Yeah.
is explaining love as a one-sided kind of thing. You I want Ken has something to say, and it's really
And then Jerry will
important.
close us out. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Ken, into the mic, please.
Now, I know.
Into the.
2 ones and 2s. Chief, I love your effort. You have the passion. You are giving it all. But I will tell you one thing. You do not have what we have for these guys like Fe Tubadeku, Radio Road, the Ground, the Main Street. So when you're hollering out there of what do they call it, passion? For us, we're not hollering about passion. We are talking about love. It is in us. It's innate. It is what she doesn't know who I am. But I support her just because she's from Ginger. Is that passion?
That's love.
It's love for whoever is taking over this entire enterprise. For me, as a Ginger person, to enjoy the whatever versions it is.
So couldn't it be said that you do have passion for Ginger then?
Huh?
Couldn't it be said you have passion for Ginger?
No, I have love for Ginger.
Okay.
Let me. Okay.
Yeah.
If okay, let me even screw with you 2 times. I played.
Please say rugby.
For the national team,
Please say rugby.
and I'm the only guy from Ginger who was representing Ginger basketball.
We're in the presence of legends, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. So, forget the accents we are hollering, but for all intents and purposes, I will tell you what. Everybody knows why they choose to want things to be done the way they want to do. Yeah. So for you, and I know what you're trying to do. I understand what she's trying to do, but it's wrong. Nze Jenva. Maybe we dance on our heads in the middle of the night.
That would be a fun. That would be a fun thing to watch, by the way.
Yeah. So I can't come here and say, oh, Mona, whoa. And then the worst thing is, you have no moral authority to decide whose passion does what or what. It's not correct.
All right, yes.
It's not correct.
Yeah.
Listen to me. It's not correct. And don't do it. Don't try it. But enjoy it though. Enjoy the fact that we can still come here, have a good laugh, enjoy it. Then I call here, ask you for a nice song, you're gonna play it. But don't dare tell me I can't live a certain way. I can't go home another certain way. Yes.
No, Jerry, I'd actually wanted you to close it. Okay? It's the interest of time. Yeah.
So guys, in all honesty, yeah, I think to go back to you, Roy, I'm sorry if you have been in any way or form disrespected in this conversation. He asked the question, do people do crazy things or go crazy when they love? No one has told anyone how to love or how not to love or how not to watch. we are all just, yes, we are all just giving our experiences. Yes. We are all giving our experiences in regards to the question, because I know the topic wasn't about Roy teaching us and telling us who and not who to love, okay? Yeah. I know we are all just having, because we are different people with different opinions, yes?
Yeah.
So to go to your question of if love, and that's what the whole time I've been wanting us to go back. If love makes people do crazy things or go crazy, it is true. We've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah? We've seen it. So whether those people choose to do it or not, that one is generally we all have our own experiences. Yeah. So I think generally that's it. That's what.
All right, Jerry.
My last words would be that at the end of the day, when all is said and done, we can't boast about anything called love. It is what we choose in our hearts to do. Yeah? Because we all actually have different thoughts and minds of what to do, what not to do, what we want, where we want to go, where we are. Right?
You're becoming bright.
Kena kuba nnyo.
Anyway. Yeah, those are things we do sometimes. Yeah. So what we can say is, the truth is, no matter what we've said, love is real. It is real. It is real in a sense that it is you, the feeler, who knows what you feel.
Not the feelie. Not the
So
feelie.
the feelie may not know what you're feeling, but it is you as you. Yeah? Yeah? It is you as you who knows what you feel.
Rowena,
Yeah.
you remember
So-
yanning and unyanning?
Yes.
Yeah, feel and feeling.
So at the end of the day, we know love is a beautiful thing. At
That
the end
is
of the
true.
day,
That is very
it's
true.
a very beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah? But when misplaced, it's dangerous. Right?
Okay.
It's very dangerous.
All right, Jerry.
Thank you.
Jerry has closed us out extremely,
say one
extremely, extremely beautifully.
Time is up.
Okay, so Jerry has closed us out extremely and utterly beautifully. So the main reason we have deliberations like this, especially on Sundays, is because majority of the times the topics we bring up seem so small. They seem like so very straightforward, but they're very complex in their own way. Love is a very nuanced thing, as we've seen. It's very nuanced. It's everyone has their understanding. Everyone has their understanding of love. Okay? John Mary went with love being passion, right? Jerry said love is something freely given. Yeah, it's something freely earned. Okay, we can see the caveats in each one's conversation. Rowena said love is not something we learn. It's something and I think both of you agreed on that point. It's innate, right? So more than anything, I think what we've learned from this, and maybe this is a discussion we can have more in the future, is more in the future is nothing like Murphy's Law says. I'm using Murphy's Law because it's the easiest I can remember. The first part of Murphy's Law is everything that will go wrong, can go wrong, will go wrong. But the second part is everything is always harder than it seems, right? And so anything that can go wrong will go wrong. So at the end of the day, there is an appreciation that what we've talked about is not as straightforward. It's more nuanced. It's more nuanced than we actually thought. And that is the appreciation I wanted us to get from this. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, yes, yeah? We're going to have after the talk track. So ladies and gentlemen, after the talk track. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here with us today. The talk track is an independent production. Yeah, the talk track is an independent production of the Kara Junkies. The Talk Track is an independent production of the Kara Junkies. It's produced, edited, and sound mixed by Maurice. I've been your host for the evening. My name is Roy. We don't own any of the rights to the music playing in the background. And I hope I'll see you all. Again next Sunday. But until then, have a lovely week. Go with love. and peace out. And please, before we sign out, remember to check us out on our socials at Talk Track UG on YouTube. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Peace out.